You guys hold comms for a sec. Looks like the pilots are here.
Under accuracy?
It just gives a
Instant fail.
bar, like a white bar.
Okay, well the right.
You there?
Oh yeah, you got something different.
Finger.
What?
Quit talking. Let's do a quick brief. Spootin, you listening?
Yes, sir.
All right. Open your maps. 215-108, northeast of us. Atanarchy. Secure the warlord. That position is heavily defended. Two of our guys, operators, were taken out in a recent firefight while conducting a routine raid. Their bodies.
Hold. I don't see any markers in the map.
I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, switch to side channel. I'll add it again. It's Atanarchy 215-108, right off the coast.
Just northeast of us.
Red.
Copy that.
All right. Two operators were taken out during a routine raid. Their bodies were dragged out in humiliation. Our objective primarily is recovery of those two bodies. They're Americans. You'll notice them. If we can take the warlord, great. We want him too. He's wanted and, dead or alive. Preferably dead. Lots of bad guys. There is a QRF on standby for them based on intel. That's where we're at. So,
what's the enemy faction?
Tallies. Bokar Haram.
Okay. Do they have any armor or anti-air assets?
Negative. Nope, just basic QRF shit. This is lightweight stuff. But there's lots of them. So, tanks, probably not, unless a live spawn something. I didn't put any down.
Okay.
Cool. So, that's it. Do your thing.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
Alright, Warrior, we're going to be using 40 for the long-range comms.
Copy that.
Alright.
Well, since I've
Radio
carried
check
her,
on
I can
40.
put some armor down and scare him.
Lima Charlie 40. We're going to get this thing spun up and just pull it off station so we're not blowing your eardrums out.
Which reminds me, earplugs.
Good call. Alright, toggle IHADS. Okay. Again, total noob here. Is there anything I need to do before taking off, or just spin it up and take off?
Just spin it up and take off.
The RHS choppers are functionally the same as an ARMA helicopter as far as flight. They just have better mechanics.
That monitor. I was looking for that. The little block that shows me where your gun is pointing. I couldn't find that when I was flying around with Caveman a few weeks ago. It's super important so I know whether I've, turned too far and you can't traverse over. You have to have the iPads. Alright, cool.
And I think if you don't have your attitude, if you don't have like your flight reference on your screen for your IHADs, if you put yourself on laser marker for your weapon, that should bring it up, because that's what it does for me in the front seat.
Alright, let me just pull off here so we can pull some of these guys. Hornet dusting.
Nose 10 miles, slightly high, cold, additional bandit right 41, 15.
Well, controls are unlocked too, so if something happens to me, you should be able to grab it.
Yeah, I pushed that with drag when he was flying, and it's a good thing I did. He both times we got hit while he was flying, he had us in auto hover, and forgot to take us out so he could scramble, and almost took us into the dirt. And I was able to pull us up and get us back to base.
I am also not ashamed of the auto hover, so I'm probably going to use it a bit here. If I feel a little more confident, I'll take it off, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is my first quote-unquote combat mission.
Yeah, I'm here.
We'll see.
No shame. I use it to, when I'm going in for landings right now, it's kind of my crutch to land so I can do my bleed flare without putting my tail rotor in the ground.
I have a difficult time hovering on my own, that's why I drift off.
Alright, I'm going to set up a couple of TRPs on the map, just so a warrior can reference
Yeah, I
them
can lock down.
if he's got to guide us around.
I just want to back down too. Yeah. What?
What do you want your call sign to be tonight? Com check, Warrior on 4-0. How copy?
I believe Warrior's call sign is Dickhead. Canadian. It's all those filthy Canadians.
I'm not hearing him on 4-0, are you?
No, I'm not hearing him either.
Yeah, com check station 4-0.
Data tactical squad 0244.
I sure do.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think I've been a single Canadian that sounds like this, bud.
Hey, you see Toronto play this weekend, eh?
Station 4-0. How copy?
Correct north. Confirm. Head brake, and start check complete.
Give your balls a tug, you tip fucker.
Smoke him with a round of 30 mic real quick. Light a fire under their asses.
That'll get their attention. Com check. Any receiving station 4-0. How copy?
Have you heard it?
5-5.
Touchdown. Ballpark.
5-5. 4-0. Over.
Alright, read to Lima Charlie, Warrior. What would you like your call sign for this evening to be?
Cock rocket.
Let's go, Hunter.
Copy that, Hunter.
A better diagnosis on that call when you actually specific fuel quantities. Do they match?
Alright. Hunter, Hornet, be advised. We've marked up TRP, Able, Baker, Charlie, and Delta around the AO for reference. Yes, you guys know.
Say again, last, we had a bit of disturbance of base.
Hornet has marked up TRPs, Able, Baker, Charlie, and Delta, east, southwest, and north of the AO for coordination later on.
Copy.
I'm surprised they're not deaf from that. That thing's loud when it impacts. It's 30 millimeter HE if I'm not mistaken.
Cock rocket to booty hole actual. I'll copy over.
Just 20 millimeter rounds, but still, that's enough to ruin your day.
Oh yeah. Made it a point to train the new guys on the flight line not to stand in front of the nose of the supers when they were online. A 20 millimeter to anybody's gonna be a bad day.
Bombs and two. Like a one.
They're sitting around having a little kumbaya at the fucking arsenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna maneuver a bit just while we got the chance.
Go for it. Another neat feature is the cannon. If I've centered on a location long enough, the cannon will automatically stabilize itself with your flight pattern, and it'll hold relatively close to wherever I had it pointing.
Go ahead and traverse the gun around. I want to make sure my indicator actually shows you. So are you actually moving the turret?
Yeah, I'm moving it around. So do you have your radar sensor on?
It is on.
You see the yellow cone in the blue?
I do.
That is also a good indicator. Actually, that is the indicator of my gun foresight.
Alright, copy that. Yeah, there's actually a reticle, the box in a box, and that's what it's supposed to show when it's apparently it's not programmed on this model.
It might be in compliance, I think. On my end, I see it and it follows and it tracks like it's supposed to, but I know you are supposed to see it as well, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's how I know how far I can turn before I'm going to pull the turret off of here, too far.
Right.
Baron, bombs and two. Like a one.
I still have the indicator of, I think it's our roll indicator, a little ball in the top center. Yeah, it seems to move whenever you go left and right.
Yeah, that one works for me too. The box in the box just stays static.
Well, that's lame.
So let me just check the radar thing. So look right. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that at least works, okay.
Also, with the radar, I don't know if it works with all of the aircraft in ARMA. We've only got a 45-degree cone from the nose outward. Now, there's no vertical limit for height, but terrain masking will block targets from it. And if it's outside of that blue cone, we won't see it.
Okay, good to know.
Friendlies will show up on the radar as green blips, unknowns are white blips, unmans usually show up as gray, but it's kind of finicky. And as far as your HUD's concerned, looking for through the IHADs, all targets will show up as green blips. There's a circle for normal, like technicals, Bradleys, troop transports or light armored, IFVs, and then there's kind of like this weird crosshatch looking thing for up armored vehicles like the BMPs and like a Bradley per se.
For the Hellfires and or the AIM-9s, I guess, do we need to be nose on, or can you fire as long as you have a lock from any direction?
As long as I have a radar lock that is within that cone, it doesn't matter where the nose is pointing, the missile does its work on its own.
Very good deal.
Alright, there we go. If you look off to our far left, that weird looking blocky crosshatch to the left, oh, it's gone now, it's train mast. So the hourglass figure is their aircraft. There you go, you see it now. It's it looks like it's our Arties. That's what the up armored target indicator looks like. The regular circle, like I said before, is just normal IFVs.
Have you heard any status of the ballpark?
And then, of course, all of our R2. No, looks like our. Okay, so yeah. So, perfect example of the terrain masking. You can see the two hourglass figure you see is the Black Hawk and the Little Bird, but we both know on the other side of the trees there should be two Apaches, but with the trees there we can't see the Apaches. And then fixed wing aircraft are a flying V with a line.
This is pretty cool, even without the super awesome line.
Oh yeah.
I never realized you had to have this helmet, so I never saw all this stuff.
Yeah, and one of the cooler things for me is it works like it should in real life with the IFF system, where it'll tell you what you're targeting. So I know if you look at the top left of our radar, it should tell you that I've got a lock on the A-10.
Hornet, this is Hunter. Do you read? Over.
Cock rocket loud and clear.
Hunter, send your traffic.
We parked area south of ERP Delta. Would like to recon the area from a distance with thermals on the helicopter. See if the area is clear for us.
Hornet copies recon area south of AO marked on map. Over.
That's right.
Alright, so I assume you're hearing him on 40?
Yep, got him loud and clear.
Alright, so I'm just going to inch us forward here, push us forward a little bit, and we'll see what we can see without getting too close.
If you put us at about 200 meters around TRP Able, maybe a little bit further to the east of TRP Able, we should have good eyes on that whole coastline there at Flint Beach.
Sounds good. Hunter, Hornet, be advised. We're moving to TRP Able. We're going to be 3 clicks off the coast. We're going to take a look at that marked area, and we'll advise when we're on station. Out.
404, Marshall 170.
Copy that.
Angel Beta, expect approach time 32, approach button 15.
404, Marshall 170, 23, Angel Beta 115, push on 2.
Oh, along with the friendly targets showing up on the radar itself as green blips, their names, their designators will show up as green as well.
Okay.
The whole system's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge I'm going to have is not over speeding, like going too fast. Because really, like from the Apache videos I watched, I mean, they cruise around not very quickly. They just kind of move back and forth, like in 2 clicks with the gunner engaging stuff. So my challenge is like to be not going 200 knots, you know.
404, Marshall
Yeah, this is one of the harder things, because once you have some forward momentum, it'll pick up and move pretty quick. But it's not too bad, and it's not terrible to slow down either, because of course you've got all the weight to throw back. Honestly, it's easier to do a blade flare in this for me than it is to do it in a little bird.
Data tactical squawk 0244 sequence.
Hunter, Hornet, be advised we're on station at TRP Able, starting our observation. Alright, just let me know if you want to move from here.
Copy that, Hornet. Hunter will wait for you. Over.
Give us a rudder left for a few seconds, spin us to our left. There we go, that'll work. Right, so Callahan was not playing. I have eyes on minimum 50 plus infantry. I don't see any vehicles of any type, so he wasn't lying on that front, but I also believe I have eyes on our American.
Alright, infantry in and around Circle Club, Oxnarty, and Small.
One in the east end of block 516. 118.
Due west of us, so Actonarchy, it looks like.
Hunter, Hornet.
Send it.
Hornet's got eyes on company size that is 50 plus foot mobiles in and around Actonari AO. No armor visible, no vehicles visible at this time. Continue scanning.
Copy that.
Yeah, the only vehicle I'm seeing is an off-road that looks like it's got 4 guys in it.
Would you say all the guys you're seeing are within like a couple hundred meters of Actonarchy? They're all like clustered right there?
There's a foot patrol that's patrolling down towards the beach to the northwest along the coastline. They're about 150 to 100 meters out from the walls, but outside of that, it seems like everybody's within the compound. There's some stragglers farther west. There's a couple buildings that they're hanging out in. But yeah, outside of that, they're pretty concentrated, pretty well concentrated in that compound. Actually, if your settings are set high enough, you might be able to see in the left DDI. Oh no, wait, yours are independent. So if you scroll your left DDI enough with your scroll wheel, you should come to a screen. It might just look like a blank white screen. If it does, then it's a lost cause. But it does give you the opportunity of seeing exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it.
Alright, sorry, I was marking up the maps there. Scroll, my scroll wheel.
Left or right MFD, either one. I prefer it on the left. That's just because personal preference. But you'll come across a screen that most likely looks white. but it says DTV, like up in the left-hand corner, and it's got a little plus in the middle of the screen.
Oh yeah, sure. That toggles the video. It is just white though, unfortunately.
That might be limited by server view range.
Say again, Hunter.
Confirm. Half-frag, and guard check complete.
Guard last.
Yeah, being able to hear in this thing is a little bit of a, you gotta plan for that too.
Drag figured out while we were flying it that if you get in with the iHads, put the iHads on, like toggle it on, and then swap to a different helmet that muffles the audio better, you keep the iHads interface on your screen. So what we can do is add to the inventory of the helicopters regular helmets if people want them.
Baron, bombs in 2, bombs in 2.
Hey, does the team indicator at the bottom screw up your optics, or is it in the way?
Drift inbound to LZ1.
Nope, it's not in the way in any way, shape, or form. I've got my screen layout set up in a manner that is pretty conducive to this. Is that the right word? I don't know. But I feel like you know what I'm getting at.
They're on the move, and we are about at 50% fuel already.
Yeah, it burns pretty quick. My only concern for them going in head first is it looks like there might be a couple mounted machine guns. I can't tell, but the guys on thermal look like they're hunched over. There's like 4 or 5 of them in different spots.
Alright, like where are we talking?
Bearing 272, about 3,000 meters out.
A better diagnosis on that all when you
Hunter Hornet.
Send it for Hunter.
Be advised, we may be seeing what looked like crew surge, heavy weapons mounted. If that means what they are, they probably have good authority over that beach.
Copy that. Crew surge weapon south of the Yale, covering the beach.
Did you just tell us to circle around south?
No, he's just relaying what you said. Looks like they have touchdown and they're on the move.
That left screen is not going to give me your view. Put it back on the pitch indicator. It's more handy than a white screen.
Yeah, that's usually what I leave it at. I have the radar up on one screen, and then the either my weapons or my pitch indicator. Because if you have the weapon screen up, you can actually see as I cycle through the different weapon types what I have pulled up. The hands are usually in the way, but you can see. Let's see here. You can see that I have missiles selected. If you look at the bottom where it says WPN gun, and next to that it'll say missile. Yeah, I'm watching them as they move.
So I've got a green dot through the iHeads. Is that them?
No, that's that off-road that I was talking about. As far as I can tell, it's just a regular off-road, and it looks like it's just manned with 4 guys. It doesn't look like it's technical with a gun. Actually, it might be 2 jeeps or 2 off-roads. Oh, they are gun off-roads. They're side by side, so it kind of threw me off. But now that I've got a better picture of it.
Are they north of our teams?
They're well past or well ahead of our team.
So, well to the north of our teams.
Yeah, well to the north. No immediate danger, but once they start pushing in, we might want to smoke them.
Do you see OP1 on the map? Do you think those gun trucks are north or south of OP1?
They are north, way north of OP1. They're actually past the main force.
North of the overall compound.
Bearing 280. Bearing 280, 3,128 meters away from us.
We've got eyes on armed technicals northwest of the Adkanaki compound, marked on Blue Force.
Copy that. Technicals northwest of the AO. Over.
5, go for about.
You got it.
Coordinate the advised, Hunter is currently moving towards NP1. We'll report back once we're in position.
Copy that, Hunter. Also be advised, Hornet's burning a lot more fuel than I thought we would, so we've got maybe 10-15 more minutes on station, unless you'd like us to refuel.
I would advise you go for refuel immediately. We'll be reconnoitering the area in the meantime.
Copy that. Hornet's RTB for fuel. This will be my first test. So we can either refuel this if we want to go through the motions, which we can, or we can just grab one of the other ones and get back on the station.
It's totally up to you. I don't mind either way. They're all kitted out the same way.
I think in this instance, we'll just get back on the station. Those guys.
Fair enough. It takes a while to refuel it. I think at just under 50% fuel, it was taking Dragon Eye on average 5 to 8 minutes to refuel.
We'll just grab the ones.
Go for about 35 about 37 in formation 2 ship. Instantaneous 5 or 7 floodlights. You open it up. go for boss. 35 and 37 in formation, 2 ship. Instantaneous 5.
I'm actually gonna hit the head and take a leak. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna do the same.
A little bit. I have not been on here all day. I didn't get on here till this afternoon. Well, this is the last mission then. Yeah. The same guy that made those plans?
Yeah. 2-1, Disco, radar contact, bullseye, 18463, 14,000, track north. Confirm. S-brag, and stern. Guard check complete.
Intel just came in that 2 Afghan nationals, prisoners of war, were just executed. Our mission continues as is, but that's what that firing was over.
Morning copies.
Are they lasing a target for us?
Hunter Hornet.
Send it for Hunter.
We're seeing laser indicators up here. Are you marking any targets?
Hunter has laser designator. Right now we're preparing to engage manpad and machine gun nests so that the air is clear for you.
A better diagnosis on that all when you actually see all
Disabling laser.
specific fuel quantities. Do they match the otherwise? Hey, son, they match the
Manpad, huh?
Is that never moving at all?
Yeah, I can't see that. That's interesting.
You know?
I'm glad they saw it.
Right. Although I think we're out of range of a manpad. Yeah, because like to the shore is 3 clicks, and I don't think a manpad's effective at that range. I think they're at max 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that we'll probably move in there at some point. I'm glad they found it now,
Right.
rather than we find it later.
Hey, let them know that they have contacts to their east, due east, hang on in a straight line from around the shore. It's just one guy, looks like he might be in an MG.
We've got eyes on what looks like possible contacts to your east towards the shoreline.
Be advised, Hunter has visual on a truck moving east from west. It's now behind a broken down building.
Eyes on.
Copy that, Hunter. We've got your truck target in sight.
Hunter's about to engage.
It's kind of rough. One thing too, when I go to the map, the helicopter sounds get really loud.
Yeah, it's annoying. Looks like they're loading up into that truck. Yeah, those guys that they were going to engage all just loaded up into that truck. I'm wondering if what I'm seeing is they open up fire directly into the compound.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know what's going on over there. That latest update, something about that wasn't Pakistan. Some kind of people were executed, non-Americans. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like a mess down there.
Yeah, definitely. They pissed off that whole compound. The only thing that's not aggroed right now is that patrol to the east down on the beach.
Hunter Hornet, be advised, compound has gone active. It appears all the defenders are now hot and searching.
Cover that.
Those technicals are on the move. They're in the same AOs where they started. They are now moving south.
404, Marshall.
Hunter Hornet, be advised, previously marked technicals northwest of compound have gone active and are now moving south. Just ahead of them, they'll have good defilade until they come up on OP1, but then once they come up on OP1, they're in small arms range of that whole company, so I'm sure they're thinking about it.
I don't know if they popped smoke or if hostiles.
We got rooftop shooter marked with laser designator. Can you open up on that building? Over.
Copy, rooftop shooter, we're scanning for your laser. you copy that? Rooftop shooter on his laser.
I copy the call out. Do not see the laser. It might be terrain masked, but I might be able to find him myself.
I got no eyes at this time on your shooter, but we're scanning.
You can get eyes on my laser. I'm right on him.
Eyes on laser.
Eyes on laser. Alright, you're clear. Hot to engage that guy.
Copy that. Hunter is on the move.
Is the 20mm good out at 3 clicks?
No, it's fallen short. It's just out. He's 400 meters outside my range. He scrambled off the rooftop though.
Hunter Hornet, we're just beyond effective for the cannon. We're gonna move in 500 meters, but it looks like that shooter fucked off the roof.
Copy that. Once you're in position, we would need you to unload your cannon on the shoreline. Would like to clear B.
Hornet copies. Once we're in effective cannon range, attack the shoreline north of your position to the Antakati compound.
Copy that.
Alright, let me know how we're doing for range. Are we close enough or you need to get closer? Did you copy that he wants suppression on the beach between them, north of them? Good 200 meters north of them, I think.
Yeah, spin us to the left a little bit.
Yeah, so let's keep our rounds north of the... If you can see where they are, then there's one more hill between them and the compound. Keep our rounds north of that hill.
Yeah, I've got eyes on.
Hornet's engaging. Pulling us left till we're south of that little peninsula.
Copy that.
Also, go ahead.
Say beachhead is clear. Everybody is up off the beach.
Hunter Hornet, beach is clear of all targets we can see.
Copy that.
In formation, 2 ship. Instantaneous 5 request floodwise.
Slightly confused on their movement. They've got 4, I think, 4 men? Yeah. And they've got one guy who's miles ahead of everybody else, and then 3 lagging behind, but they're seeing.
Looks like Binger's up ahead.
Callahan, Hunter, you read over?
Yep.
Hunter has spotted what looks like to be friendly contacts, 2 times Humvees. Do we know if there are friendly forces operating in our area?
Roger that. They got mixed in from a different AO. Looks like they're taking some casualties. I'll talk to command, make sure no more gets by.
Hey, they've got those technicals from earlier moving up on them finally.
From the north, right?
Yeah.
Hunter Hornet, be advised. advise, those technicals previously marked and called out earlier are continuing to close on your position.
Copy that. If you can engage them, Hornet.
One copies. Can you engage them safely with guns? Are they far enough away?
Do you want me to do it with guns, or you want me to blow them up?
Well, how close? I don't know how close they are to our guys.
You guys know it.
I can hit them with guns, yeah.
You go 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'll do it my time.
They've melted into the terrain and I cannot see them.
Hunter Hornet, be advised, we're attempting to track those vehicles, but their joints deflated. We're going to keep eyes out for them and engage when able.
Copy that.
Data tactical squad 0244 in sequence. Data tactical squad 0244 in sequence.
Alright, I'm just going to put our nose northwest, so if we need to move, like on a strafing run or something, we won't be overflying our guys.
Copy that.
See that smoke out there?
Yeah, that's a Humvee getting lit up. It's one of those friendly Humvees that he was calling out to Callahan over the radio.
Wow, yeah, fuel endurance on these is definitely a limiting factor. That's something we gotta go on.
The
Hornet.
Send you traffic, Hunter.
Hunter has eyes on ZSU position. Would like for you to engage targets marked with laser. Over.
Copy, ZSU on laser. Scanning now. Find that laser.
I keep getting glimpses of it, but they keep turning it too fast. You're gonna have to point us towards our west more. See, I see their lays on the radar, but I can't see the lays itself.
Can you find can you lock the target? Can you lock the target?
I'm going to assume it's a truck more in ZSU because where I saw the laser, there's a truck that I'm locking onto.
Hunter Hornet interrogative. Is that ZSU bed mounted on a utility truck?
The one I got eyes on is stationary placement.
Copy that. We're having trouble locking on the laser. We're going to scan. So he says it's a stationary placement, not vehicle board.
94, spike 130 close.
I'm wondering if emplacements can't be locked up with the laser.
I may have it. Fuck, I just had the laser lock.
What's this green dot in the foreground right on the edge of the peninsula, super close to us?
It's a Land Rover that's been rolling around. I don't think it has anything in it. I can light it up real quick with a cannon.
Nah, we don't know what it is. I'll just keep an eye over there occasionally. Hunter Hornet request, can you mark up on Blue Force approximate location of that ZSU position?
Cover that.
status with something. I'm gonna light him up.
404, Virtual 17023, Angel Data.
Hunter Hornet, we're aggressive. We're engaging a target that came out to the end of the peninsula and acting aggressive in our direction.
Target eliminated. Yeah, they've got anti-air rockets. I saw a dude duck behind the building with one. He wasn't aggro directly on us, but they can't confirm they have one. I'm thinking this ZSU they're calling out is indefilade from us. I think the paint from his laser is reflecting away.
Hunter Hornet.
Send it.
Yeah, we had some guys push out to the end of that peninsula. Looks like they may have been portable AA. We're going to shift our position down to TRP Baker. Also see if we can get a better line on that ZSU on Westbrook. Did you copy that? I didn't hear what you said.
He said the ZSU's been marked on the map.
Copy that.
I have an idea of its approximate location. If you point us due north, I might be able to get a beat on it.
Under on station tier.
Eyes on.
Alright, if does it look clear, friendlies?
Oh, absolutely.
Engaging. Owner has eyes on ZSU in place. Engaging. Time out. They're hot. Light it up.
What's your position? Copy that.
We don't have any of our laser guided missiles for some reason.
Can you lock it up with radar? We'll just hit it with guns.
It is outside of effective range of guns.
Hunter, Hornet, be advised, apparently this vehicle didn't come with the laser loadouts. You're moving into gun range time now.
We should outrange it pretty well.
Copy that. Hornet, be advised. Sure.
You still got eyes on that ZSU?
Yeah, I've got a beat on it. We're within range.
Light it up.
Hunter, this is Hornet. Hunter, be advised. Hunter team is currently at the southwest of the beach.
ZSU eliminated.
Copy. Hunter team is at the compound southwest on the beach. Alright, I'm just gonna fly this pattern to the edge of the peninsula, do a UE back and forth, and we'll just keep traversing northeast to southwest off the AO there.
Copy. I have eyes on friendlies.
Fuel low.
They have hostiles moving in to their northwest bearing 319.
Hunter, Hornet.
Yeah, we got our RTB soon, don't we?
Yeah, good for a while longer, I think. I'm gonna stay over Baker and try to stay in gun range. Basically, south end of Apache.
Sounds good to me. Baker puts friendlies within gun range and just northeast of them as well. They just hit somebody with a 203 and it launched them across the compound. That was great. Yeah, we're good where we're at for now.
Pilot's job, probably both jobs, I'm sure, but the pilot's job is like way better with IHADs.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a lot of necessary information that you don't really think about until you don't have it. And from the gunner seat, I can't lock on anything without the IHADs up, so it makes this whole aircraft null and void.
Hornet.
Send you traffic, Hunter.
Hunter would like suppressive fire northwest of the ruins. Basically just lay down cannon fire in that general area. Try to shift your fire from southwest to northeast just to suppress and eliminate any contacts.
Baron, bombs in 2.
Hornet copy. Suppressive fire northwest of compound, southwest to northeast. Mirage.
Good copy on that.
Oh yeah, we're fine where we're at. I think I gotta do peek at a window. I'm gonna see if I can pop him through the window. Or I can just bring the house down.
Whatever works.
Status of the ballpark or touchdown. Ballpark. Okay.
Assume that was a cover for their extraction, but he seemed to be moving too much.
I see a goat. I see people down towards the beach compound, but they asked to keep us to keep the fire to the north-northwest.
But just a general scan north to west, everything right there.
Hornet, this is Hunter. Requesting that you shift your fire northeast of the ruins. Try engaging contacts on the beach. Over.
Order copies. Shift fire northeast of ruins. Engage contacts on beach. Over. Alright, you heard him.
This one ought to bring the house down. It's a roll of the dice if it does or not. Some buildings will collapse under the fire from this, some of them won't.
Are you guys comfortable to come up to the left out direction?
Ready for the head out towards the end of the
Copy that.
Probably after this cycle, probably need to go for fuel. How you doing on ammo on the cannon?
Got 760 rounds left.
Are you slipping about speed up the left hand?
Hunter Hornet. Advise we're going to do another pass. We're yellow on the cannon.
Copy that. Just let us know when you need to go for refuel.
They should be pretty clear of hostiles at this point. Nothing that I can see. If it's on thermals, it's residual heat and it's dead. Or it's a civilian or a goat, one of the two.
Hunter Hornet. We're lifting fire on the beach. We don't have any other contacts visible. Hey, you know what I just discovered?
What's that?
If I right click, I can see your gun camera.
Copy that.
Oh, nice. Well, I was looking at where they go. It's easier to scan in TV, then switch to thermals to confirm your targets than it is to just completely sweep in thermals. Like, that guy right there, I wouldn't have been able to spot him if I was just sweeping with thermal. Just peeking out of that doorway there. And there's more. I just saw them. There's a grouping of houses that had them.
I gotta be careful not to partake too much of that goodness. It distracts me from flying. Also, I need to control my own zoom, so it's a little distracting.
Ah, that's fair.
But it's good to know we can do it, like, especially when we're in a hover, like looking for a guy.
Use an Apache to do SAR. I have eyes on hostiles to their southwest, bearing 323. There's a guy laying on the ground and it looks like there's two inside of a tin shed.
Hunter Hornet. A rough distance from them.
A click easy. Half a click to a click. Because they're all the way up the front of the compound right now, and these guys are all the way back. They've walked past them at this point.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, so where I'm centered right here is where they're at. You can see him right there. And there's one more guy on the road. And then our friendlies are all the way over here.
I see it. Are those friendlies at the Humvees, though?
I don't think so. They look like irregulars. I could be wrong, but that doesn't look... That looks like an AK in his hands, not an M4 variant.
Hunter Hornet.
Send it.
Yeah, where left some, there was like a Humvee and another Jeep on the road at a watchtower. We've got troops at that location.
Are they friendly troops?
Unknown. Just making you aware. That's just west of OP1.
Got a report from command earlier that there were friendly troops that were engaging our contacts at AO.
Copy that. Hey, have you commandeered a technical? Yeah, Hunter Hornet, I don't see you guys on Blue Force. I don't know if that, I don't think that's you, but I got a technical that just moved to the last dock at the edge of the compound east. Dock east.
All technicals are considered hostile at that moment. Engage at will. Hornet's currently holed up in a compound, in a walled compound with a 2-story building.
Copy that. We're going to engage this
Hornet's
contact
with green smoke.
Copy that. We're going to engage this contact that moved towards the docks, then we're going to have to RTB for fuel ramp.
I have eyes on friendlies. They've got 4 pushing into their compound right now from the outside.
Can you safely engage? I mean, they got to be a ways away to safely engage.
They've got it. They just dropped 3 of them. There's just one on the other side wall they can't get.
So that compound, you see the green smoke? If you just pan right to the next building, 2-story building, anything in there?
This 2-story building right here that I'm looking at?
Nope, pan right. Right there, right there.
Nothing on thermals.
Keep going right to the docks.
Commercial 17023, located next push time 32, approach by 15.
Yeah, back there. See that truck?
Yeah, he's dead.
Hunter Hornet.
They've got more forces moving in from the northwest.
Light them up. We're almost out of gas. Hunter Hornet, we are going red on fuel. We're going to light up targets that are moving in on you from the northwest. We're going to be bingo fuel in 30 seconds.
Copy that, Hornet. Hunter will wait for you to come back on station.
Alright, if you've got any targets, go ahead and burn the rest of your ammo, then we're out of here.
We're good to go. I'm just cleaning up any technicals so they can't be taken over.
Check the loadout on the next one before we jump into it?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and zoot over to it.
up. Are you guys comfortable with come up to the left observation? That's right. That's it. Thanks so much. Okay, that tactical squawk 0244 in St. Louis.
Yep, copy that. Friendly Hubbers inbound to your location.
Baron, bombs in 2, bombs in 2. Like a what?
Friendly's coming in from the west. Watch fire. Requesting sit rep. Have we recovered the 2 American bodies as well as the warlord? Over.
Command, this is Hunter. Hunter has been heavily engaged by enemy forces. Current whereabouts of the bodies and the warlord are unknown. We're pinned down by enemy contacts. We're waiting for Hornet to get back on station and assist us. Be advised, we've got eyes on friendly troops outside our compound.
Roger that. Friendly troops were called in to help make up the difference for.
Copy that.
How we looking? How we looking?
They don't want to cooperate, so I'm looking to see if there's a pre-built that's got enough ordnance. I think this one should be good to go.
We keeping the one we were in or switching to another one?
Go ahead and switch to another one. It sounds like they're hurting.
Yeah. Alright, I got a bike here ready when you're ready to move.
Command. Sorry, Hunter. This command.
Ready for Hunter.
Roger that. That compound that you were just in, that's where the warlord was at, and you should have already, we got some intel from friendly squads in the area that you should have already passed up the friendly infantry behind you, the KIAs.
Copy that. We'll search this compound. We'll confirm if the friendlies are here.
No, the other one.
Roger, that compound you're at would be the warlord. South of your position would be where friendlies are scattered in the field.
Copy that.
I couldn't get the ACE module to change the loadout. I don't know why. It's not wanting to work properly today.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Send it for Hunter.
Hornet's back on station, TRP Baker.
Okay, that tactical squawk 0244 in St. Louis.
War Chief is. Hornet is Hunter. We confirm Warlord is killed. We're preparing to move south of beach to recover friendly forces.
Hey, they've got 2 technicals that just rolled up on them. Oh, never mind, they've got a technical of their own.
3 Bravo at 190.
Alright, same deal. I'm just going to push us north of Baker so you're in gun range. Kind of hover just off the south end of the beach there.
On the Reaper K2, 3 Bravo.
And then I'll get us turned around so the radar's usefully facing the land.
Hunter, this is Hornet 2. Confirm your location.
Hunter is currently
in a tactical walk 0244
Hornet is Hunter. We're currently at grid 216109 inside a walled compound. Notable landmarks, we've got a windmill in a compound and a 2-story building. Over.
Eyes on, be aware, I count 12 heavily armed hostiles looking to push into your compound from the west. So just be prepared.
Copy that.
There's a huge push getting ready to come into that compound if they don't hurry up.
We are back in gun range now. Let us know if you need any support. Also, I'm assuming we're in gun range. Tell me if we're not.
Yeah, we're in gun range.
Baron, bombs in 2, bombs in 2.
We're in gun range outside of AA, as far as I know.
That sounds right where we want to be.
Yeah. It looks like Spootin with his DMR is picking these guys off in the north, no problem.
404, Marshall 170.
It's funny watching the his tracers ricochet off of him when he hits them.
404, Marshall bomb, 17023.
All right. While they're dealing with that, let's do a scan again north and west just to see if there's anything else coming in from that next ridge.
Oh, what's that? Oh, never mind, it's just a Land Rover.
Formation 2 ship. Instantaneous 5 request west.
They have friendlies to the far west.
Baron, bombs in 2, bombs in 2.
Yeah, those are friendly forces to their far west on their way out.
Let's push the camera all the way up to the northwest, like that next town up there.
Nothing but goats.
Status of the ballpark or touchdown. Ballpark. Okay.
Alright, how about hard over west? Like 270.
Looks good to me.
463, 14,000 direct north. Confirm.
It's one of the better things I think we can do is look at all the stuff that they can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black smoke plume, what happened there? Left and on the beach. And keep going left, it'll be 1. There you go.
Looks like the friendly forces destroyed a Jeep. That's where that Humvee and that Jeep was that we lit up those guys. Looks like the Jeep got destroyed.
Are you hoping to feed up to Valencia?
No, it looks like the Humvee got destroyed actually.
Get a CFD balance.
Yeah. Somebody's dragging a body bag down to the beach.
Yeah, that was the mission enforcement one. Imagine they're gonna bring the Blackhawk up and get ready, I guess.
Probably. They've got a civilian up there crawling on his hands and knees. Yeah. At least I think that's a civilian. Yeah, I'm looking right at him. Yeah, it's a civilian just crawling on his hands and knees.
Alright, let's keep scanning.
Pushing it for pulse 1-1. 1 is decent. 6. Pulse 1-1
They look clear to me.
A better diagnosis on that all when you actually do all the specific fuel quantities. Do they match the otherwise? Hey, so they match the pointer in the middle. Is that
Buster, status.
Command, this is Hunter. We'll be back. He's forward. He's dead. We just found the second body. We're dragging them to the beach. We'll be ready for evacuation in 5 mics.
Roger that.
Just turned up my team speak output volume a little bit, see if that helps some.
I can't decide if these are friendlies or hostiles between them and the compound they were originally in that they're about to walk into. So they're direct east up the beachhead a bit into the trees.
Hunter Hornet.
Send it.
We've got men to your east, northeast. We cannot PID, however.
He's looking right in their direction. They're in those trees.
Cover that. Keep an eye on him. We're currently collecting bodies. Be advised, we've got friendly troops on our position.
Okay, then yeah, those are friendlies. Yeah, they're surrounded by friendlies at this point.
Like a 1.
there's the man behind the curtain, spooling up the Black Hawk.
Command is Hunter.
Send it.
Hunter is requesting pickup southeast of the target compound. We're by the beach and the body recovered, moving at the beach right now.
Roger that. Pop smoke when ready. I'll get airborne.
We'll just fly cover here off the coast to his east.
Under Reaper K2, currently 3 Bravo at 190.
They've got what looks like hostile reinforcements coming down from the north, but I don't think it'll be an issue. It looks like it's just a squad size element.
Distance.
2 clicks out. Friendly AI are already engaging.
Hunter Hornet, be aware, hostiles clicked, 2 clicks north of your position, but they're being engaged by other low force units in the AO.
Hornet, this is Hunter. Feel free to assist friendly forces and engage those contacts. Hunter is preparing to evacuate. Over.
Hunter, base Q, need smoke.
Popping smoke.
It takes some TRP Delta. Hornets and
Copy that.
TRP Delta now.
Position is marked by red smoke command.
Red smoke visual, inbound now.
Feel free to shoot a bit as we fly by. It'll sound cool for them. Immersion.
Under Reaper K2, 3 Bravo at 190.
Good stuff. Now let's actually get a scan north and west, make sure there's nothing waiting for us up here.
Under Reaper K2,
Start slowing us down.
3 Bravo at 190. Under Reaper K2, currently 3 Bravo at 190.
Hornet, this is Hunter. Be advised, we're loading the bodies on the chopper right now.
Copy that, Hunter. Hornets on station. TRP Delta will hold you till you're there.
We look clear for now. Unless something moves in, we should be fine.
Can you do the wind thing in the chopper? Like show the direction of the wind. Say Shift K.
I
Hornet,
think
this
it
is
is.
command. We've got the troops. You can RTB.
Hornet copies. Hornets RTB.
Yeah, no, I don't. It doesn't come up for me.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't too bad.
Are you guys comfortable with going left on direction? That's right. That's it, thanks so much.
I don't think wind direction or speed affects you until you get into the advanced flight models. Then at that point, it gets pretty hairy pretty fast.
You gotta do the math already in terms of what you got versus what's showing. One, this guy radar contact bullseye 18463, 14,000 correct north. Confirm. Asfrag, halfway, and guard check complete.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, only you have controls over countermeasures unless I take over your controls.
That's what I assumed, yeah. That's how it is in the vehicles. Vehicle computers. Those the countermeasures.
I need a CFTs at the balance. You gotta do the math.
It's interesting how we've designed some vehicles to have dual countermeasure systems, and if they're multiple seaters, and most we've designed to not have it.
A better diagnosis on that at all. When you actually do all the specific fuel quantities, do they match
The Supers have it both on their screens, and then both the pilot and the backseater. And the Foxtrots have a button on their left that's about shoulder height that they can smack in case of emergencies if they can't flip their displays fast enough to get to them.
Did you see that message I posted about the YouTube guy Mover?
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos for Arma here recently. Banger sent me a couple of videos full of quality of life stuff that's mostly client side for flying.
Mover's not an Arma guy. He's a pilot, but I thought you wanted this guy.
I'll look into it for sure.
He did some stuff with the Navy, but it wasn't really a Navy guy. He was an Air Force guy most of the time. He did fly fast movers, pretty interesting videos.
Now that I've worked out all the kinks, and well, now that everybody's worked out all the kinks in this thing, the improved functionality and having access to all the different functions and abilities you're supposed to have access to makes this thing a lot nicer.
A better diagnosis on that at all. When you actually do all the specific fuel quantities, do they match the otherwise? Hey, Tom, they match the pointer of the thermal. Does that never move at all in the left internal, or does it stay the same? You know? A better diagnosis on that at all. When you actually do all the specific fuel quantities, do they match the otherwise? Hey, Tom, they match the pointer of the thermal. Does that never move at all in the left internal, or does it stay the same? You know?
Fucking stressful. That didn't give me a number.
100?
On a scale of 10.
Yeah.
I went completely deaf
What?
at the end there.
What?
All right, what do you guys think?
Enemy goats.
I had a blast.
I had fun. It was okay.
Good job, you finished the mission, so everybody came home.
We almost got wiped in those ruins.
Yeah,
I
it was
got
a shit show in there.
Face full, like when I was trying to find the dude who was pinning Binger.
I killed
I got
4 guys with
blasted.
a Glock tonight, so that says something.
That's awesome.
I ran out of ammo on the 240 Bravo, so I brought back a PKM.
What do you think, Nasty, for the Apache work up in the air?
It was good. This is a good mission to be able to stand off and not have to worry so much about the not have to worry about sitting in deflates between mountains and stuff, and getting to play with the guns and the ordnance and figure out what's what for sure, so that when we have the next op where we decide to deploy the Apache, we're a little more ready than last time.
Yeah, I had a great time flying that thing. I didn't fly it very well, but I had a great time doing it. It burns fuel super fast, so that's something we'll need to keep in mind. Is between the Apache crew and the force commander, making sure that everybody's aware what the fuel status is, so the force commander knows when the Apache's going to have to fuck off to refuel. But no, that was a lot of fun. If I was a little slow on some of my readbacks to your Warrior, the other thing with the Apache is it's super loud. I tweaked my TeamSpeak output settings like halfway through, and that helped a little bit. But boy, if you just jump in that thing and think you're going to talk to Fister on the ground with your normal TeamSpeak settings, you're probably in for a rude surprise. So that's something else that we'll want to account for.
Yeah, I gotta say, calling stuff on the ground in the middle of the action, that's a different ball game as well.
That's
not easy.
Fun, man.
How do you feel that you would do as a Fister calling in an A-10 and Apache and artillery?
Depends where I'm sitting at. If I'm sitting back on the mountain, looking through binoculars, that's a different deal. Right here in the middle of a firefight with a bunch of guys shooting at me and you guys talking between one another, that gets pretty hairy.
Yeah, sometimes that shit happens though.
Yep.
Like with what we were doing earlier, I mean that's actually Warrior wasn't here, but with what we were doing earlier, like you guys were 100 meters ahead. I mean, it was totally unorthodox with splitting up the team, right? It's not a good idea, but from the Fister perspective, it was way easier for me. I was 100 meters behind you guys, up in a tower. You guys were up there in the firefight, and I was calling shit in from behind. Definitely, when possible, is a lot easier for the JTAC dude for sure. So again, this is probably, and we're talking about the Apache, so normally we're not going to run the Apache with a single fire team. That's a little weird. But again, in squad operations, when you've got multiple teams up front, the command team is a whole separate team than Alpha Bravo. I think it might become a little more realistic where the JTAC can get a quiet moment to do what he needs to do. Without having to cover his sector,
That would be with like a recon team or something like that. Go out, recon, JTAC would do his thing with the recon team. You'd have some recon members performing security, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that's very doable. But that's a later thing.
Also, I think a little bit of a more thorough reconnaissance and designate targets in advance might have helped getting some of those call-outs faster.
Yeah, it was. We didn't really have a whole lot of range with height.
Yeah.
With the chopper too, it's probably worth noting. I think there's maybe a perception that most vehicles in ARMA and the Apache especially have like super awesome magical, night thermal vision, whatever. And they do have pretty good optics, but here's the thing with the Apache is that if you're within a click, you're in the wrong place. You shouldn't be where they can fire back at you. You're not using that weapon system right. So if you're off where you should be, which is at 3 to 4 click standoff, the resolution is really not that good. And what we were calling into you guys was about as good as it's going to be at that distance, which is we're seeing some, infantry, can't PID them, seeing a vehicle, it might be of this type, that sort of thing. So, I mean, if we got up within a click or two, sure, we could, give you probably much better stuff. But then I think as a unit, we're probably using the Apache the wrong way, and we'll probably lose a lot more of them. So, while they do have pretty good optics, I think we need to be also realistic about what we're going to be able to see from, 3 or 4 clicks.
Well, that depends upon if you use those client-side mods that I mentioned. That changes everything.
Well, realistically, I was able to lock onto targets across the bay on the opposite side of where you guys were as we were coming back from a refuel at 3.5 clicks. I could send out missiles that far, but where we were operating today off the coast was ultimately a lot closer than you should have been. if I can count the hairs in your mustache from my camera, way too close.
Oh, I
And
could have
was
put
bored.
small arms fire on you. Like, I had the M240 Bravo, and I saw you get real close. I was like, I could probably take you out with the 50 cal.
Yeah, but I mean, today was more of a trial run kind of deal for the Apache. This was more geared towards you guys on the ground than the Apache itself. We were just eyes in the sky.
But it was
Can
nice
the
to
50
have that
cal
assist.
take out an Apache if you hit it in the rotor?
You know what?
Probably.
Can 50
Yeah.
cal take
Oh,
out
absolutely.
Yes. Of
I
course.
figured.
You hit the magic nut and you're fucked.
The other thing, so there's the what we can see and what we can target. That's one side of the coin. But the other side of the coin, and it's actually, in my opinion, more important. And I did record this, so maybe if I get the video up, you guys can see the pilot's point of view here. And some of the conversation I had with my gunner was, okay, so you see the technical, you see the whatever, but how far away is the nearest friendly? And that's not always easy to determine. So that's the other side of the coin, is while we can see stuff and we just pull the trigger and blow it up, we don't really want to do that unless we know where you guys are relative to the targets, right? And that's pretty tricky to figure out too.
Here's a question. In the thermal view for the Apache, they do see the IR strobe, right?
Do we?
I think so. You should be able to. I remember in the Rangers I could, but I haven't had a chance to properly test it out here because before.
We should have probably rocked the IR strobe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Figure that out.
IR strobes are very temporary.
Regardless of the fact that it's daytime, if it helps you identify us from foe, then that would be the thing to do.
Well, the IR strobes don't last. They only last, what, a few minutes?
Equip yourselves for a night raid.
Fuck yeah.
We're going to be going to secure the local asset. So we don't need an Apache. We need boots on deck with suppressors. Get your NVGs.
I've actually got a split. I'm overtime tonight, but this was fun. And yeah, if this video worked and I can get it uploaded, I will do so.
You have a great night, man.
Have a good night, man.
See ya.
Yeah, so I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna go ahead and skip out. I've been up for many hours past I should have been.
Okay.
You
You guys